So this is the last street, it turns out. This is the last street in Providence. Providence. Right, so all the way out, we're about 2.5 miles out from the public road, East Bank Public Road. And all the way out on this, what I'm calling Massey Road, is Providence. And we're just getting to the end of Providence now. So I was just informed that this is the end of Providence. That when we get to this bridge, the name of the neighborhood changes. That is, the name of the area changes to Perseverance. Now let's see what this sign says at the bridge. Right, so this is the end of Providence, and a sign says the new neighborhood is called Perseverance Gardens. Perseverance Gardens. So this is the end of Providence. Those of you who are still thinking of coming back to Guyana and building a home, this is what you can expect. It seems as if this is a piece of reserved land, which means that it's a good place for a highway. Right, if you look at the way the land is laid out here, where all of these high tension wires and the lamp posts, the street posts are laid out. This is a reserve area. And here's a sign that says Perseverance Gardens, East Bank, Demerara. There's no name on the other side, but I guess see if you can see it this way without looking into the sun. Right, it says Perseverance Gardens, that's what the sign says. And now we're in Perseverance Gardens. As we cross over this bridge, we're entering Perseverance Gardens. So that's the end of Providence, and this is the new neighborhood of Perseverance Gardens. Now, when I looked at this on Google Maps, what appears on the map is one street where that bus is turning. There's a one long street running north-south, and beyond that is just bush, right, jungle. And so I thought that was the end of Providence, but actually coming out here to investigate gave me a better understanding of what's happening in this neck of the woods. So these are homes that have been recently built in this area, Perseverance Gardens it's called now. That's a new street in Perseverance Gardens. These are the new homes in this neck of the woods. This is a shop. It's not a home shop. But yes, what spiked my interest is this long street, because if you look at it on Google Maps, it's one long street, and beyond the street it's just open jungle. It's just green space for acres and acres. And so I thought I'd take a look at it. Turns out that what I assumed this was the end of Providence is in fact the beginning of a new neighborhood called Perseverance, and the sign says it's Sorrel Drive in Perseverance Scheme. So that's looking south in Perseverance Scheme, and that's looking north. And if you look at this area on Google Map, what you will see is this long street in which there are these homes, or homes that are being built on both sides of the street for about half a mile on each side of this intersection where we're standing now. So this is what we're interested in exploring, and we've got it. Now, so to get a full understanding, a complete understanding of what's going on, this is a duplex. Interesting, someone's built a duplex. In fact, both of these houses are duplexes, a family on each half of the home, separated by a wall. Interesting setup.
Distance 5 miles. Duration 1 hour 34 minutes 2 seconds. Pace 26 minutes 6 seconds per mile. 777 kilocalories burned.
So that's where we've come from. We've come from that last intersection, and we're looking at this new neighborhood, Perseverance Gardens, here on the east bank of Demerara. Now what's interesting is that they seem to have built a scheme. Morning. Seem to have already built a housing scheme in this neck of the woods. Right? This one is called Little Voices Daycare. Morning. Just exploring your neighborhood.
Sure.
So that's the daycare center over here. So what's interesting is that it's already built, a community that's already been built way out here at the east end of Massey Road in a new neighborhood called Providence, called Perseverance Gardens. And they're all these neat little starter homes. This is called Musk Melon Crescent, right? The street is called Muskmelon Crescent here in Perseverance Gardens. It's a number of homes, all these neat little homes right in Perseverance Gardens, completed, and some of them already lived in, right? All of them completed. These couple of homes seem, this one seems unoccupied, but the ones next door all lived in. So this is Perseverance Gardens. It seems as if these tiny homes were built as part of a housing development plan, and I'm just making that assumption because they all have the same architecture, the same external layout, right? External architecture, and all built in a row, neatly lined up here on Sorrel Drive in Perseverance Gardens. So this is what's happening out here at the edge of development in Perseverance Gardens. Here on the east bank of Demerara. Now in North America, these would be referred to as starter homes, where you climb the ladder to home ownership, but there's no concept of starter home in Guyana. You buy a home and you live in it. You don't necessarily sell it and move to a bigger home. That might be changing, of course, as the global economy catches up with Guyana. People will be interested in bringing those concepts into Guyana. In fact, one person already asked me if he could come to Guyana and flip homes. We don't have a tradition of home flipping, people buying homes, fixing them up and selling them on. We don't really have that as part of our economy, and I don't know if it will catch on because it's really not part of the culture here, but I'm sure that somebody's going to start trying to do things like that. The problem with it, of course, is that it drives up the price of homes. It does do some good in that it rescues homes that are perhaps abandoned and decline, but in most cases it drives up the price of real estate. So it's not something we're looking forward to down here, but this is Perseverance Gardens here on the East Bank. I'm panning mostly to the west. Right, that's the direction we've come from, because it's about 7:30 in the morning and the sun is bright on the east side, so making pictures on the east side of this street look dark. But this is it, guys. This is Perseverance Gardens. It's the followed by dogs. And this is the end of the street. This one is called Gamma Cherry Road, Perseverance Scheme. Right? That's Gamma Cherry Road here in Perseverance Scheme. And that's what this neighborhood looks like. This is the end of it. And might not surprise you that a lot of these homes are already occupied. So these are homes that might have been built within the last 5 years, or maybe even sooner. And like I said, if you look on Google Maps, all this land east of this location, all of that land is vacant, it's available for development. The problem, of course, is that there are those with political connections who buy up the land. And so when it's time to actually request land on somebody who needs land, it's not available, right? But acres and acres of land east of this location is vacant, and you just have to go to Google Maps and take a look at that and you'll see exactly what I'm referring to. And that's why, in fact, I was curious about this neighborhood. I thought I'd take a walk out here and examine what's happening at the east end of Providence, and found this neighborhood called Perseverance Gardens, or Perseverance Housing Scheme. So there you have it, guys. That's a little exploration of the edge of development here in Guyana, the leading edge of home building and housing development. This is probably one of the more recently completed housing schemes. All right, this is where they built all these tiny homes and probably sold them for, I don't know what the going price was at the time, $5 million. Right, so the government was building these tiny homes and selling them for $5 million, but of course once you buy the home, you can do whatever you want with it. And here is, for example, what one new buyer probably tried to do, or is trying to do, to his tiny home, simply expanding the footprint on the land. That's it, guys. That's what's happening here over the divide and into the over this divide into the next neighborhood. That community is Providence. But that's it. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. In the comments below, tell me what you think about these new neighborhoods that the government is building here at the edge of society, the edge of development in what was once sugar plantation, Gaisuko lands. And if you're thinking of coming back to Guyana, tell me if you'd be interested in living in one of these neighborhoods, or whether you'd probably try to get some land and build your own home in the new lands that are being opened up for residential use. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening here in the fastest growing country in Guyana. Tell me what you think about the rate, pace, quality of growth and development, construction and housing and so on here in Guyana. Later!